Hello, loves. Welcome back to WitchyMarlaina's Ghost Adventures. I'm your host, Witchy Marlaina, and today, before we go back into my book, first I want to show off my new bra. I absolutely adore this. I think it looks good. Of course, I love the lace. I love lace. And I also have to say one more thing. I had someone on Instagram ask me why I wear glasses that don't have lenses, and is it just a fake thing? No. If you're an OG watcher of my shows or my segments, you know when I wore my glasses to read my scripts and stuff like that and talk to y'all, there was an awful glare. So, I'll show you. Now, these are my new glasses and I'm so excited about them. What? And they are the pair I wear, so I have these delicious toppers too, so love it. But as you can tell, you can see my ring light through my glasses, and I had people go, hey, I can't really see your face because I see a glare in your glasses. And so I'm like, okay, end of story. Fake ones it is. So technically I am blind, but for pretty purposes, I wear these. Welcome to my TED Talk. All right, now that I'm done rambling, let's go back into 50 states and 500 scariest places to visit. And today we're going to Rhode Island. You guys don't understand how I'm a sucker for architecture. And this is where we're going today. This is called the Breakers in Newport, Rhode Island. And it is a beautiful, beautiful mansion. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's talk about this place, huh? The Breakers was this grandeur of wealth as a summer cottage for the Vanderbilts. Cornelius Vanderbilt II and his wife Alice and family. This was their summer getaway home. Definitely a millionaire's dream, that's for sure. So when in 1893 to 1895, this beautiful mansion was built. Now, there was a home on this property of the Vanderbilts that burned down. So when Cornelius and Alice, his wife, went to the architect, Mr. Hunt, they said, listen, no wood. So this building was constructed with steel, brick, and limestone. Also, another request they had was that they didn't want any of their utilities in the house. So their boiler room, their electrical panels, all of that was off away from the home and buried underneath the ground. That's pretty sweet. And they're pretty smart about that too. This mansion is a monstrosity. It really is. It sits almost an acre on a 13-acre lot that has its own private beach. It has 70 rooms, 3 stories, an attic, and a basement, so technically 5 stories. It also has 48 bedrooms, 27 fireplaces. You name it, this place had it. And they also had 33 servants in the building that were live-in servants, so the attic and the basement were servant quarters as well. Now, in 1972, Cornelius and Alice pretty much have passed away by now, and the living survivor of Cornelius and Alice's 7 children, Gladys, was talking to the Preservation Society of Newport County and decided it was time. Well, the heirs did. The heirs thought it was time to sell the Breakers with one condition. The 3rd floor in the mansion is still owned by the Vanderbilts, so that heirs and descendants of the Vanderbilts still have a summer place to resort to, but it is still now a museum and does tours and that sort of thing, kind of all the original furniture and architecture and stuff is all still very much preserved. And then in 1994, it was part of the National Historic Places Registry. And there's a backstory about the building. Now let's do a little bit of backstory on the Vanderbilts. Now, Cornelius was really, really good when it came to business. He inherited his father and grandfather's railroad business in New York, and he was just really good at that. He lacked in the family department. There was a lot of tragedy when it came to the Vanderbilt and their children. They had 7 children. First one, Alice, passed away at 5 years old from a childhood illness. Their second son, William, passed away with typhoid fever at Yale. So that's two children passed away. As a mom, I don't see how Alice and Cornelius handled any of this, to be fair. Their third child, his name was Cornelius III. They disinherited him because he chose to marry someone that wasn't on the list. Rich people, right? Ugh, just come on, family's family. But I can understand where they're coming from. If someone they thought might have been a gold digger or marrying Cornelius III for his name or his money, I can see where that could have been a thing. But yeah, no. So now their oldest 2 children have passed away. Their third child is now disowned. Their fourth child, by the name of, it was Alfred, their fourth child, was on the RMS Lusitania in 1915 when the Germans attacked the boat, and he passed away, giving his life vest to a woman and because she couldn't swim, and the boat sank within 18 minutes. So now the Vanderbilts lost their first 3 children. 2 passed away, 1 they disowned. Now their fourth child has now passed away. It just absolutely blows my mind. It really does. How Alice handled this, I can just imagine. You know what I mean? It is. Now, before Alfred passed, Cornelius II had a stroke. And one could think that all of this tragedy in his family life could have been a contributing factor to that. But yeah. Their 5th child, Reginald, he was the bad boy of the family. And I say it this way. He spent millions of family money on gambling, women, wine, music. And I think it could have been a coping mechanism or a grief thing because he wasn't getting the attention that he needed. But before he died at a young age, Reginald gave Alice 2 granddaughters by the name of Catherine and Gloria Vanderbilt. Those names sound familiar, huh? Anywho, there were 2 other girls after Reginald. Gladys was the last one, and she inherited the Breakers. Now, Alice loved this home, and she makes her presence known during tours in all the rooms, but especially on the 3rd floor. Now, people are not allowed on the 3rd floor when it comes to the tours, and they know that it's Alice because of the apparition. It looks exactly like her. So no paranormal investigators are allowed in the home. They don't want it to be labeled a haunted house. They want it just to be what it is, a beautiful mansion in Newport, Rhode Island. But there's been cold spots. They've seen her apparition. And I honestly think that she hangs out on the 3rd floor to watch her descendants and family and get that joy that once was lost to her. There you have it. The Breakers in Newport, Rhode Island. Thank you so much for joining me on my ghost adventures today. I know it was a little bit lengthy, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.